Miami Heat lose an absolute heartbreaker to the Philadelphia 76ers in the 7-8 play-in game, 105-104. The Heat led at the half of this game, 51-39, and yet another second-half collapse from Miami, including a horrific fourth quarter where you allowed 36 points. You scored 30, but you just got outclassed in the final period by Joel Embiid and Nick fucking Batum. Sorry for cussing. Batum has just been absolutely abysmal all year. Well, abysmal might be strong, but he scored 20 on you today, and that's the highest scoring output he had all season long for the Sixers. And you got cooked defensively in the final 24 minutes of this game, giving up 66 points in the second half. We'll talk about the defense and more in just a second, but let's run through some statistics for Miami. And you did not get playoff Jimmy. You didn't. Jimmy was locked in defensively. He had 5 steals. He was an absolute menace in the passing lanes. And honestly, he only made 5 shots, and I think 3 or 4 of them were just off dunks in transition because he got a steal and was the only one running down the floor. So if you actually look at what Miami did with Butler in the half court, he might have shot 2 of 12. Like, I'm being dead serious. 3 of his baskets came off dunks. I know for a fact he had 3 dunks on room service two-handed slams coming off steals. So if you just take those away, 2 of 15, like, Jimmy was awesome defensively. He hurt his knee in the first half. You wonder how much that had to come into play here. But Butler just wasn't good. An answer, by the way, he did have 3. So he shot 3 of 15 from the field when it wasn't a fast break dunk. The other 2 buckets he had were 3-pointers. He got to the free throw line a bit to get the 19. But I don't know. Jimmy looked good in the first quarter. The knee injury certainly changed the outlook on his performance today. But I don't want to give that an excuse, because if you're going to use injuries as an excuse, well, don't fucking play. Sorry for cussing. Tyler Herro. I don't even know what to say about Tyler. I don't. Because you see his 25 points and 9 assists, and you're like, well, that's pretty good. But then you realize he shot 9 of 27 from the field and 4 of 14 from 3. You're not going to win big games, especially on the road, when you have someone shooting 9 of 27. Are you serious, Tyler? You got hurt in the first game against the Bucks last year. That was devastating. The Heat go on a playoff run for the ages and make the finals. We all said that the Heat would have had a better chance against the Denver Nuggets if Tyler was in that series. But we've always told and talked about Tyler in the fact of, can he be a top 2 guy offensively for this Heat team? Because Herro takes the most shots on this team when the team's fully healthy. Can he be a guy that leads to winning basketball as a number 1 shot creator and shot taker? That's been the debate around Tyler. Many people say no. That's why they want him gone. The Herro fans will think he can, and they want him to stay. But what tonight proved is that if you're not going to be able to come out and show out in the big games, this was a big game. And he no-showed for 3 quarters. I'll give Herro credit. He played an excellent fourth period. I think he had 15 of his 25 points in the fourth quarter. Might have been 16 of his 25 points in the fourth quarter. Herro made some big shots down the stretch. But he also had a bad decision where the Heat were down 3 with 35 seconds left. They didn't need a 3. They just needed a bucket. And Herro took a curling 3 that got blocked by Nick Batum. It wasn't a good shot. I get that you just made a 3 that put the Heat up 2 before giving up a 5-0 run to go back down 3. But that wasn't a good shot. Tell you what, if the Heat lose on Friday, or even if they win on Friday and get swept by the Celtics in the first round, because if you win on Friday and go into the playoffs, you're playing Boston in the 1-8 series. If Herro stinks it up and the Heat get knocked out in the first round and it looks bad, wouldn't surprise me if he's no longer on the Miami Heat. Bam. I don't know what to say about Bam, if I got to be honest. Didn't feel like he was there today. I mean, listen, he picked up 2 fouls in the first 5 minutes of the game and kind of played in foul trouble for the rest of the game. But once again, Bam was not a driving force. And what do I continuously say about the Heat? You are never going to win big games against good teams if your 2 best players do not show up in big games. And Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo combined for 29 points on Jimmy shot 5 of 18, 10 of 27. Two best players combined for 29 points on 9 of 27 shooting. Or excuse me, 10 of 27. Not going to cut it. It's simply not going to cut it. I thought Bam did a really good job defensively today. As much as we want to shit on Bam with his offense, listen, he played good defense. Embiid was inefficient. Embiid got cooking late a little bit there, but you didn't come away from this game saying Bam got cooked by Embiid. And to be honest, if you came away and if you told me prior to the game starting that if the Heat came away for this game and you said Bam didn't get cooked by Embiid, I would have thought you won. And you should have won if it wasn't for poor defense on shooters. Buddy Hield and Nick Batum killed you in the second half. We'll get to that in a second. I need to know your thoughts on this, though, guys. Are we cooked? Are the Heat cooked? Type Y for yes, type N for no. There's different iterations of cooked. Like, do you think we're so cooked where we're not even going to win on Friday against the Bulls or Hawks and we're not going to be in the postseason? We'll be picking 15. Or are we going to be in the postseason as the 1-8 seed, make some noise? Or are we going to be cooked and lose very quickly to the Boston Celtics in the first round? Let me know in the comment section. We're also sponsored by PrizePick, the #1 daily fantasy sports app on the market. I appreciate them coming around because even though the Heat lost, they make watching sports more enjoyable on a daily basis for sure. Just pick more than or less than on 2 to 6 player stat projections. Watch the winnings roll in. Up to 100 times your money nowadays. If you can't tell, I'm sorry. I'm still sad, but PrizePick does make it a little bit happier. What did not make me happier is this PrizePick entry not hitting. I was right on Haywood Highsmith, more than half a steal. He got 3. Jimmy had to get more than 23.5. Nope. More than on Herro 19.5. Yes. More than on Embiid 24.5. No. Embiid didn't even get his. I went 2 of 4. Unfortunate there. But you can join many others. 3 million people play PrizePicks on a daily basis. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. It's that simple. Get started today by downloading the app and using code CLNS or going to the link in the description and comments of today's video, prizepicks.com/CLNS, code CLNS. Let's flip over to the defensive side. This fucker. Sorry for cussing. 20 points, 7 of 12 shooting, 6 triples. And the part that sucked is 5 of them came in the second half. I mean, Batum and Buddy Hield absolutely killed you in that third quarter. You were up by 14. That was the highest lead of the game in the third quarter. And then this is the turning point of this game, by the way. And producer Smitty can back me up on this. The Heat were up 11. It was chaos basketball. Caleb Martin going to the line. Timeout on the floor. They come out of the timeout, up 11. Caleb Martin at the line for 2. He misses both free throws. So you don't take advantage and go up 13. What do the Sixers do? They hit a 3 and a Buddy Hield layup to get it from 11 to 6 instantly. 7-point swing right there. And Batum, and listen, the Heat defense was fantastic in the first half, only giving up 39 points. And they made life living hell for Philadelphia, having 9 steals. The Sixers had 13 turnovers in the first 27 minutes of this game. And then they took care of the ball, and they started knocking down their open threes, and that was the end of you. It really was. I mean, Joel Embiid, as I mentioned earlier, like, came away with this game. Bam didn't get cooked. And, like, that to me, like, you hold Joel Embiid to 6 of 17 shooting, you are going to live with that every single time. He didn't even work his way to the free throw line, like, that much. Let me see the exact number. He got there a little bit in the first half. Like, he shot 10 free throws, so I guess he got there a lot, but it didn't feel like it. Like, there are games that Embiid gets to the free throw line whenever he wants, and it feels like, holy shit, are you kidding me? But Embiid really didn't feel like he dominated you. You even held Maxey. What did Maxey have? 19 on 6 of 16 shooting. This hurts, guys. You see Embiid stats, you see Maxey stats. If you would have take away the scoreboard at the top of the screen, and you just showed me Maxey and Embiid stats, I think the Heat win that game 9 out of 10 times. I guess it's the one time right there. Hurt. I mean, the Heat shooting 36% from 3, like, it's not abysmal. You wish it'd be better, but in postseason basketball, 36% is honestly, like, not the worst. 42% from the field, that's not great. I mean, look at the stats for Philly. Like, they're equal. They are equal stats, man. They had the same amount of assist numbers. Rebounding was about the same. They damn near shot the same from each side of the floor. This was maybe the most even game of basketball that we've seen all year long. These two teams, they're very evenly matched. I'll tell you what, very evenly matched. devastating loss. But now the Heat have to play the winner of the Hawks or Bulls. Sucks. I do want to show some love to role players for Miami because they showed up and played. Jaime played fantastic. You want to show him up. 15 points, 6 of 11, 2 threes, 5 rebounds. Like, I talked about in the pregame portion that if you wanted the Heat to win, you were going to need Triple J to give you some good minutes, and he did. Haywood, I thought, played good. I thought he did. I know people are going to be upset with Highsmith going 0 for 4 from 3. But he had 4. He went for 4 for 4 inside the arc. Went 1 for 2 at the line. And I also thought Haywood played really good defensively at the top of that zone. It was disruptive. He had 3 steals in this game. Like, I thought Haywood was good. Also, the guy that I thought was the biggest X factor, DeLon Wright, 2 of 7, which means he missed. He went 0 for 4 inside the 3-point arc. He was good too, honestly. Like, I like DeLon Wright in that first half. He was very disruptive as well with Highsmith, and that's why the Heat were up 12. They jumped up to a 12-point lead at halftime because Highsmith and Wright were so good in that second quarter defensively. I was kind of shocked by the amount of minutes Nikola Jovic played. He played 6 minutes to start the game, or I think it was actually 7 minutes in the first half to start the game, 7 minutes in the second half to start the game. 5 points, 5 boards on a perfect 2-of-2 shooting for Jovic. Not saying Nikola Jovic would have turned this game around. It's not what I'm saying at all. Wouldn't have hurt, though. I mean, 40+% three-point shooter. He's 6'10", 6'11". You got killed on the glass in the end of that game. You were out-rebounding the hell out of Philly in the first half. That's why you were up 12. But the Sixers were able to come back by elite three-point shooting and second-chance opportunities in the second half. Tough loss. I don't know what else to say. All I know is that we'll be live again on Friday night. We're going to be hosting the winner of Bulls-Hawks. They're playing as we're filming right now. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because we're going to be live for that game. If they win, we'll be live for every game against the Celtics in the playoffs, 1-8 matchup. And when the season's over, we'll still be here for videos on a daily basis, draft content, and free agency rumors, trade rumors. And like I mentioned on our live show and in the beginning of this stream, like if the Heat lose on Friday or lose in 4 games to the Celtics in the first round, you can bet your bottom dollar that we're going to have a lot of trade rumors and free agency rumors to break down in the offseason. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'll see you tomorrow with a video previewing the game that we play. And see you Friday night for a stream. Peace out.